Here's the top stories for November 16th. Thousands of Iglesia ni Cristo members rally against government corruption. President Marcos shrugs off resigned lawmaker Zaldi Co's allegations. More international aid pours in for the Philippines' typhoon relief. Vice President Sara Duterte says sedition raps are being used as scare tactics by the Marcos administration against critics. The Intertropical Convergence Zone, Northeast Monsoon, and Shear line will bring rains across the Philippines, according to PAGASA. Thousands of Iglesia ni Cristo members flocked to the Quirino Grandstand in Manila during the start of the three-day demonstration, dubbed as Rally for Transparency and a Better Democracy, on Sunday, November 16th, to urge transparency and accountability from the national government following the discovery of hundreds of anomalous flood control projects across the country in recent months. One of the rally attendees was 44-year-old Rodel from Paco, Manila, who slammed the alleged rampant corruption in the government. The arrogance of those in government today is clear. The people who should be helping and serving us, the citizens in the country, are the ones involved in these scandals and corruption. Rodel said, "We have lost our homes because of their botched flood control projects. We had already suffered enough because of their negligence and theft from the public treasury. They should be ashamed or embarrassed," he added. Another attendee, a person with disability named Mark from Bicutan, said despite his condition, he and his wife chose to participate in the event as their way of standing up against corruption and fighting for democracy. According to the Manila Police District's latest crowd monitoring, around 314,000 have gathered at the Quirino Grandstand as of 4 p.m. President Marcos has brushed off resigned lawmaker Zaldi Co's allegations against him that he had ordered the insertion of 100 billion pesos in infrastructure projects in the 2025 budget. "I don't want to even dignify what he was saying," Marcos told reporters in Negros Occidental on Saturday, November 16th. Co, in a video uploaded to Facebook on Saturday, November 15th, doubled down on his allegation against Marcos, even showing images of suitcases supposedly containing money being delivered to the president's residence. Presidential Communications Office Secretary Dave Gomez rejected Co's second video statement, saying he merely repeated unverified accusations that remain unsupported by any evidence. In a statement, Gomez said, "Co's latest claims still amount to a bunch of hearsay, despite public scrutiny over his earlier allegations." According to Gomez, Co did not present any new information or documentation in his second video. The Philippines is at the receiving end of millions worth of international aid for its relief and recovery operations after twin super typhoons, Tino and Uwan, devastated cities and provinces across the country. The United States made the announcement of an additional $1.5 million in emergency life-saving assistance on Saturday, November 15th, as support for the government-led response to typhoons Tino and Uwan. This latest aid brought the total U.S. response to the two typhoons to $2.5 million, which includes support for logistics, emergency shelter, water, sanitation resources, and the management of evacuation centers. South Korea also announced a $1 million in humanitarian assistance to the Philippines to be coursed through the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. The Australian government will likewise provide $3 million Australian dollars in humanitarian assistance, noting how the Philippines has endured a series of natural disasters over the last 3 months that have affected millions of Filipinos. The aid will provide in-country shelter, water sanitation and hygiene, health services, and food assistance. The Canadian government is also sending 550,000 Canadian dollars for the emergency relief efforts in the country in the wake of typhoons Tino and Uwan. This is in addition to the earlier 650,000 Canadian dollars announced on October 15th in support of the earthquake and typhoon relief efforts. Vice President Sara Duterte said the Marcos administration is intimidating critics by filing sedition raps against them, similar to what they did with her and Cavite Representative Kiko Barzaga. The vice president appealed to Malacanang instead to allow the public to raise their sentiments, even if these are criticisms of the administration. The vice president shared that she herself is facing charges of inciting to sedition and grave threats. The charges were born from an online press conference in November 2024, wherein Duterte said she asked someone to kill President Marcos, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos and Romualdez should she herself get killed. The Intertropical Convergence Zone, Northeast Monsoon or Amihan, and a prevailing shear line will continue to dump rains over several parts of the Philippines, particularly Mindanao and eastern sections of Luzon. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said on Sunday, November 16th. PAGASA weather specialist gov't Badrina said rainfall information has been issued over parts of Mindanao due to ongoing rain-bearing weather systems. According to the weather specialist, no tropical cyclone is being monitored inside or outside the Philippine area of responsibility. The State Weather Bureau said Amihan continues to affect northern Luzon, while the shear line is producing rain over central Luzon. The ITCZ, meanwhile, will continue to bring cloudiness and rain over Palawan, Visayas, and Mindanao, the agency said. Badrina added that the likelihood of continued rains remains high over Mindanao and Aurora. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.